Hey everybody, welcome back to our channel. We have a brand new throwback game review to share with all of you today, and we're going to be talking about
Until Dawn.
Yeah, so before we get into this, if you like the review that we kind of have for you today, please don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button to the channel. It goes a long way, and we really appreciate each and every one. So with that in mind, there will be spoilers in the video today, and everything you're watching, it was recorded on a PlayStation 5, but it's the PlayStation 4 version of Until Dawn. And this was actually one of those games that came for free with the, well, I say for free loosely, it's the Instant Game Collection. If you have PlayStation Plus and you get a PlayStation 5, you get 20 free games, and this is one of them. And I had never played it on the PlayStation 4, so this was one of those games that we kind of just said, hey, what's that? Decided to pick it up.
Yeah, and also, this is the first scary game I played.
That's a good point. Yeah, this.
If I remember right.
I think you've played like Little Nightmares and Inside, if you can consider those scary games. But this was more like your first jump scare kind of game.
And pretty interesting. Like the player is deciding the character's life and the story direction. But when I am choosing my options, I don't know if I'm helping the character or I'm not helping the character. This is a very interesting part.
That's a really good point. This is kind of reminds me of the Quantic Dream games. It's our first time playing a game from this studio, but very story driven. You have actors, even some Hollywood talent in this game. But yeah, you actually have these actors, and they're basically playing, I would say, like a teen horror movie. And sometimes it's a little outlandish story-wise, but there's all of these different tropes in here, like, oh, don't go away, the first person that goes away gets murdered, and then somebody goes away, and yeah, these things happen. Also, it was very easy for me to find out who the kind of perpetrator was in this game because it is very tropey. Yajing, there's a scene where I believe the character's name is Josh, gets sawed in half, and Yajing kept saying, no, it can't be Josh. Josh is dead. He kept saying, watch, Josh is alive. Josh is definitely alive. He'll be coming back. I had never played it before, but sure enough, Josh came back. Because, of course he did. It's a teen horror kind of... That's the genre we're playing with here.
Because you play too many this kind of game. This is their kind of like agenda or something.
I would say it's more like scary movies, like even the movie Scary Movie, or I Know What You Did Last Summer. These kinds of films I feel like really influence this game's story. So really wasn't too surprising. There were some unique aspects to the game though, in the way that the gameplay influenced the story. And I would say you have this psychiatrist, something like that, that kind of gives you all these cards.
Yes. And then he said when you're choosing it, you need to give the true answer. So like, this is make me feel as a player, I can be evil, to choose the one I don't want to choose, like to be honest. And also I like the game that you can play every single character in the story.
Yeah.
This is a very unique experience to me.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. That is nice. But back to the cards, you might not know what we're referencing. The psychiatrist will ask you, is it, do you think clowns are scary, or do you think, something else is scary? Or do you think dogs are scary, or do you think birds are scary?
Yeah.
And sure enough, as you play the game, the decisions you make with this psychiatrist affect kind of if there are clowns in the game or if there are dogs or birds in the game.
And the other characters, like you
Yeah.
like, which one's better?
Yeah, and I think that's a really unique mechanic that I really haven't seen in any other game, actually.
Yeah, so which means when you choose the answers blindly, because you don't know the story later. So it's very interesting about that.
Yeah. Now, I know that the studio recently made, I don't know if it's a sequel or whatever it is, The Quarry, but I don't know if I would buy it. You know, I didn't buy this one when it came out. We wound up getting it on the Instant Game Collection. I would play The Quarry if it was like a PlayStation Plus monthly game that came out or something.
Okay.
But yeah, and I'll get into why later, but I definitely want to hear your thoughts as well. Other big pluses for me were the sound design. I really enjoyed the sound design. It is very jump scare heavy, which is not what I'm talking about with the sound design. I'm not a big fan of jump scares. I think it's a cheap kind of scare. But I will say it's very cinematic.
Yes. It scared me so many times. But sometimes, like, maybe we watched enough scary movies, you know something gonna jump out, or you know something gonna happen very soon, because the music is like the hint already telling us. But that I like the hint.
Yeah, no, I totally agree with you. But yeah, you know, I will say the graphics, they're pretty good for a PlayStation 4 game, but it did disappoint me in some regards. You know, I feel like it gives the kind of allure of a AAA game with the cast that it has and everything, but it falls into this area that I think Quantic Dream games also, it's one of their weak spots. The controls never feel quite right for me. Like, I really wish games like this had really tight controls, like an Uncharted game or any game like that. Any typical third-person game has better controls than Until Dawn. And the same could be said about a lot of games in this genre. I don't understand why the controls feel so off.
Because they focused on, to me, they focus on the story more.
Yeah.
Than the buttons.
I agree with you. I just feel like if the gameplay felt great, the story would feel better, you know?
Of course.
But when the gameplay, like, especially you're running away, there's a lot of scenes where you're running away from people or hiding from people in this game. And it would feel better if the controls felt more natural, more intuitive.
I agree. And also the story surprised me that, like, the end, they found out Josh was the one set it up for everything, but there still has another,
like, murderer.
Yeah, murder, but we still don't know who is it, right?
Right.
And they can become monsters.
Yeah, it turns kind of supernatural towards the end.
Right.
Yeah, there are these monsters that are kind of everywhere, and you can't move. And basically, at the end, there's this scene where if you turn on this light or light up this explosion with the light switch, and you kill all of these things. I did, and basically everyone died. So I don't think we got the good ending. And maybe one day we'll play it again and see if we get a different ending. But
if we can save everyone.
Yeah. We might. I mean, Yajing's still playing Detroit. I think she's on her 4th or 5th playthrough of that. So you never know. There might be some room for this game. All right.
I want to get different results. You know, different story endings.
Sure.
Yeah.
With that, I think I'm ready to review this. So yeah, out of 5 stars, what would you rate Until Dawn?
3.
Okay, 3. I think 3 is a fair score for this, actually. I really wouldn't go above that, so I think we're just going to call this one a 3 out of 5 from both of us. It's a pretty good game. I don't know if it's something super memorable for me though.
No.
I'm happy we played it. I'm happy it was on the Instant Game collection. Um, but yeah, I'm happy I didn't pay for it at the same time.
Maybe you can play once a year for Halloween.
Yeah, maybe something like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, here's your little dose of Halloween in December. We hope you enjoyed the video, and we'd love to know if you've played Until Dawn and what you thought about it.
Yeah, let us know, and we will see you next time.
Absolutely. And if you liked the video today, please don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button. It goes a long way, and we genuinely appreciate it.
Yes.
Thanks so much, everybody, and we'll see you soon.